Hi guys, Liana here. I'm in the Nightmare Frontier in Bloodborne, and look! An awesome mountain! Okay, the one in the foreground is kind of creepy, but look at the one in the background. That's a beautiful mountain. That's a lot of zen right there. It might be nightmare zen in, a place where everything is trying to kill you, but it is still zen. Zen can be found in the strangest and most unlikely of places. So everybody, ready? Collect yourself center and breathe in. And out. And breathe in. And out. Okay, I love Mountain Mondays. I love Mountain Mondays a lot because it's about good stuff and being kind and calm and all that stuff. And today I want to talk about being kind and calm during disagreements, like the disagreements I have with this level, because I always get horribly lost. But, obviously gamers have to get maybe a little better at having disagreements and coming to, a useful resolution and not just making them turn into blood feuds where it's all just tear down, no build up. And that's what I want to talk about today, is this idea of being kind when you disagree. And it is a skill. It's a skill you can learn. And a lot of people shut me right out when I try to talk about this. No, not possible. Various reasons. No, you can be. You can be kind when you disagree, even when you're angry. And I recognize that there are a lot of people better at being angry than me, and I know they're going to take away my ginger card for saying that, because we're supposed to be fiery and all that stuff. Well, the thing is, because of that stereotype, people assume I'm angry a lot of the times when I'm not, and that gets extremely frustrating. And because of that, I have to be really, really hyper aware of how I'm coming across and how I'm expressing myself in conflict, because it's so easy to label me with that whole angry thing. And that shouldn't be a bad thing. Unfortunately, in modern reality, we've made anger something that's a character flaw instead of it being, a natural human emotion that everybody feels from time to time. And that concerns me for obvious reasons, because anger is a part of humanity. It's part of the human condition. We all feel it from time to time. And it always makes me amused. Not really amused, but it's one of those things that make you go, moments. When someone is in a, we'll say, discussion with you. See, this guy is angry. He's just charging lightning. He's trying to bite me. He is angry. I'd say he's just hungry, except for the lightning thing. But someone is losing their sense of perspective when they lose sense that discussions, the difference between a discussion and an argument to me is discussions are respectful if heated exchanges of ideas. Arguments are intents to wound the other person for various reasons. And the reality about arguments is that at the end of them all, those reasons for hurting the other person often turn out to be not very good. It was a lot more about you than it was about the other person. We all do this. This isn't a criticism, right? This is just an observation. And I wish more people would offer observations instead of flat-out criticisms, because I find a lot of people are so intent on being heard that they miss the fact, that you learn a lot more by listening. What happened there? That sucked. That made me angry. See, that made me angry. We're gonna have to duplicate this again. Sorry guys, it's Bloodborne. But, you know, I got angry. I'm not gonna take it out on you guys. I'm pissed off right now. That was a cheap death. That was a cheap death. And why was it a cheap death? Because did you see what was going on with my health gauge there? It was sitting there, it was lingering, and this game does that. Instead of it being, okay, you died, respawn, get back in the game, fine. It hovers like that. And the load screens are already long enough. Like, just, you know I'm dead. Don't drag it out. Can't stand that. I find it arrogant game design. But that's my opinion, right? Is the developer mandated to accept my opinion? No. That's my opinion on this game, and that's okay. And if they choose not to, if they choose not to implement that in future games, that's fine. I may not buy another one of these games, but I'm trying to give this game a chance. I want to finish this game before I decide how I feel about it on the whole, because it's complicated. My opinions on this game are complicated. But, you know, I've had some issues voicing my opinions on this game, my complicated opinions on this game. And it's because people have, believe it or not, kind of tone argumented me on this one. Part of the reason I play these games and I show you guys me playing these games, so you can see I actually am having fun in places I get frustrated at others, right? But people like to see only what they want to see, what's convenient to their opinion on something. And if you actually want to understand, if you actually want to grow as a person and, you know, not just have your opinion propped up, which, you know, is a terrible way to live, I think. Just trying to be right all the time is a terrible way to live, because confirmation bias is hard to come by sometimes, and cognitive dissonance hurts. So, where's the entry there? I missed it. But, you know, the one thing I will say is that the zen of Souls-style games like this is that you have to be willing to accept... still not good at that. You have to be willing to accept when you make a mistake in this game, right? You do, or you're just gonna keep making it and die a lot, and sometimes that happens. There are parts on this game where I die and I die and I die and I die, and finally I get the sort of, you know, angle on it, the trick to whatever part I'm struggling with, and all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, that's really easy. Why did I have so much trouble with this before? But that's because I'm willing to learn from my mistakes. And so, ow, see, that was a mistake. Why'd I go on? Why'd I go at this guy full bore? Oh, no. See, this was a mistake too, but it was a different mistake than I made the last time. All right. No, Rock. No, Rock. You stay away from me. Okay. No! See, that was the same mistake I made previously. I just want them all to die. Whoops! Hey, I didn't die. Whoa! Hello! Oh no, poison. No, I know where I am now. Oh. Antidote, please. Alright. There we go. And that was kind of a mistake, but it was a different mistake that I made the last time. Why am I still being poisoned? Alright, here we are. No, I'm still being poisoned. Ah! See, you have to learn on the fly quick in this game. But this is Zen, in its own way. And I'm gonna blow through all my freaking heals because I don't know what I'm doing. What the hell? Whoa, flower. I've never been here before. What the heck? What the heck? What are you? Sorry, guys. I'm so confused right now. Whoa, mother brain. What are you doing here? Frenzy? What? What are you doing? No! What is this? And I died. Well, that was very confusing. Wow. Okay. I learned something there. Eyeball brains suck. But, so yes, I was saying learning from my mistakes, and you guys all had a good laugh at me, and that's okay there. But, tea break. Wow, that was exciting. Where was, oh right, conflict. That was a lot of conflict right there, wasn't it? Yeah, so, you know, I think it still pays to be kind when you're having a philosophical disagreement with someone. Like, I have a philosophical disagreement with this game. Like, I'm not going to get my blood echoes back from that whole thing, because I don't even know where I was right then. But, you know, we'll see what happens. And I think that sometimes I'm seeing a lot of stuff online now talking about games where people are being assholes for the sake of identity. And I will go and say asshole because it's all for really no reason when you think about it. It doesn't matter why someone doesn't like a game, okay? What it comes down to is that people have a right to like a game and people have the right to be wrong about things, right? And that's what people go on the attack when, oh, what the heck? Dogpile, whoa, what happened there? Where did you come from? No. All right, now I'm gonna move in for the kill. No! Oh, you, okay. Okay, that was good, that was good, that was good. So, people, you know, people just, they get so angry about not liking the same games that everybody does. And I find that really strange because I have this tendency to like games nobody likes. You know, I finally found somebody else who liked Too Human. And, okay, let me be clear. I'm not saying Too Human was a brilliant game. There was a lot wrong with it. But I liked more stuff than I didn't like. And, you know, that's what I'm trying to figure out about, whoa, why'd he, okay. That's what I'm trying to figure out about Bloodborne right now, is there's stuff I really don't like. And there's stuff I really do like. And I'm trying to figure out whether the stuff I don't like is more powerful than the stuff I do like. That's, hey there. That's, no, see, I made the same mistake again. That's on me. I keep mashing because I freak out. Take your electricity somewhere else, game. But I'm trying to take a moment and decide before I, you know, pronounce this game good or pronounce this game bad. And in a game like this, it's really hard, and this is why I struggle with the concept of numbered scores. Okay, gonna die again because I'm taking on these big rock beasts. I struggle with the concept of numbered scores because in a game like this, that it's got some legitimately glorious stuff in it, right? The monster designs are legit good. Really, really good. And I mean, yes, there's a few general types, and there isn't a ton of variety in type of monster, but in terms of character design, it's legitimately beautiful. Like, it really is. I would prefer a bit more change up in some of the environments, but that's just personally me. I just get a little bored looking at all the shades of black. But that's my preference. Not so much anything wrong with the game. Whoa, hello, Rock Monster. He didn't like my critiques. And this is going to be very tricky, but I guess that's why this is here. And, you know, but that doesn't, I mean, good character designs, and I mean again, it's one of these best of times worst, oh, there's a thing there. Alright. Oh, this is going to be it for me. I'm going to have to go grind potions, which I'm not going to make you guys watch, because, see, grinding, I know grinding is coming back into style now. And that's one of those things that I'm trying to figure out if that's, you know, whoa, antiquated game design or just something I personally don't like. Because I know I personally don't like grinding. I don't like level grinding. I don't like inventory grinding. I don't like grinding. Because I find it boring. And I mean, there was a time when I was younger, I'd grind to my heart's content. But to me, there's gotta be some sort of, not immediate payoff, but I have to feel like I'm doing something that's enjoyable instead of feeling like, you know, I'm doing something boring for an outcome. That's called work. That's not called playing, right? No! Oh, okay. So. But what I was trying to get at, I guess I am going to have to make you watch me grind potions because I haven't made my point in this video. But it's a request, I guess I have today. It's a request. My request is, because we all get very passionate about games, and they're all games we love, and you know, games we don't love so much. And that's normal, it's natural, it's very human, you know, but we can't even do the It's Okay to Not Like Things song because Will Wheaton broke his own rule. He made it not okay to not like things. But the point still stands, even if he's, you know, decided to neglect his own point. That people need to be allowed to like different things, have different tastes, right? We have to be. And even with social stuff, you know, there has to be respect for other people. If you want to be heard, everybody wants to be heard. The general theme in the uproar in gaming on all sides of late is we want to be heard. We want our voices heard. And I get that. I absolutely get that. The problem is the same people who are saying they want to be heard don't listen well. They're not willing to listen to the other side. It's, you know, sort of this, well, have you considered, no, just fix it, because otherwise you're a bad person, or you're something phobic, or you have some character defect. I don't know of anybody who's actually listened to that. At the very most, it's, you know, you're left with this idea in the person you're trying to convince, where they can't stand you, they're just doing it to shut you up. And is that very productive? No, not in the long term, because that breeds resentment long term. And this is where we get into your tone argumenting. And I talked about that earlier in the week. No, I'm not tone argumenting. It's about the substance of the argument. The substance of the argument is, you're bad because I don't like it. And people are so fed up with that, understandably, that unfortunately they've forgotten that there's a difference between somebody saying, change your artistic vision to suit me, and can you please stop using this form of argument in this conversation? It makes me very uncomfortable, and it makes me unable to listen to you right now, because it is upsetting. I can't do anything but respond emotionally. Please stop doing that. Ah, screw you, Snake Man. And I find so many people, it's alarming, basically say, too bad, when you ask them to stop doing something in a conversation. And it's like, how the hell, you know, do you expect someone to hear you if you're deliberately pushing a button that makes them incapable of doing that? I do not get this. But people are like, it's my right, grow a thicker skin. Even if you're right and the person is too sensitive, they're not going to instantly toughen up. They're not. That's a process, right? And it's amazing to me how people get so keyed up that they don't listen to, look, hang on. I want to understand. Just, I don't. So can you try it a different way? People get offended by things like that. And then they deny they're offended. They claim it's something else, but it is. They're offended. And what a lot of these arguments in gaming are right now is emotional pleas. If we're going to be completely honest about that. We don't like being honest about that because that you know, unfortunately among geeks who, we pride ourselves on being brainiacs, we pride ourselves on being Vulcans, you know, the idea that we'd have an emotional responsibility. Oh, no, God, no, this is everything, this is against everything we're about. That's actually not true. Because Vulcans had control over their emotions. It didn't mean they didn't feel it. You know, that's why they put in things like the Pon farr, and also it was hilarious. But, you know, we've gotten so obsessed with this toughen up, grow a thicker skin mantra that if you've got such a thick skin that you don't know you're hurting someone else, what does that make you? Right? And tactics matter, not tone, because tone is, again, that, you know, condemning someone for being angry. There's tone arguments going on in gaming all the time, but they're not the ones that, you know, people claim. So I'm just asking everybody, your Zen exercise for the week is try to be a little bit more aware of how you're conducting yourself in heated conversations. And it's for your own good. This isn't even for the other person. Because I know a lot of you guys are good people. And I've had a lot of discussions with people who later on go, yeah, I had no idea how I was coming across. Well, great. Consider that a fight in Bloodborne. You know, you got your ass kicked by a monster that, you know, happened to kind of be a reflection of yourself. But, you know, you weren't aware last time. Be more aware this time. Do not get so incensed that you feel like you have the right to say anything you want, no matter who it hurts. Because the reality is you never have that right. And we're caught right now in this nonsensical battle between two general factions, but in fact it's actually a lot more than that. And that's why it's so complicated. That's why we're having so much trouble finding consensus. It's being treated as two sides. It's actually not. It's actually many, many more groups of interest and, you know, reasons for being invested in this issue. And, you know, that's what makes it so complicated, is there's plenty of people getting involved in these dialogues, but they all have different reasons for choosing the sides they do. These overall, you know, false binaries, which is funny that we talk about false binaries in the digital realm. People have their reasons, and they may not be good reasons as far as you're concerned, but they're their reasons, and there's a massive difference between agreeing with someone's reasons and understanding them. So I think, you know, these discussions would go a lot more smoothly if people focused on understanding the other person's reasons and not proceeding until you feel like you understand the other person's reasons, as opposed to having to agree. We're fixated on agreement. And the end of a good conversation isn't about being in total agreement with the other person. It's about feeling like you learned something. Learned about the other person, learned about yourself, you know. It's one of those things that you don't have to agree. You just have to get closer. You have to get more understanding. And so what? You don't agree on most of these things. If Bloodborne's your favorite game in the world, good for you. I'm glad you enjoy something. There are no perfect games, so I really don't care. You know, I do care. I'm glad something brings joy to people, right? I'm not going to try to convince you Bloodborne shouldn't be your favorite game. That's stupid. Bloodborne. You know, it's not going to be one of my favorite games. I know that. Does that mean I think it's completely irredeemable? No. And why? Because I accept nuance in things. And I think that's what we really need. There's almost no point for numbered scales anymore, because everything is good or bad. We only need ones and zeros now, so even 10 is too much nuance for people to handle. It's crazy. And so we talk about, doing away with the inconvenience completely instead of going, let's try to understand why these things are done before we start telling people to get rid of things. Because, guys, telling people not to use numbered review scores, like get rid of them at all costs, is the same thing as saying take something out of your game. It may not seem like it, but it really is. If you're wondering, I'm going back because I have no health potions and this is kind of silly to continue at this point. But this seems like a good time to wrap. Let's, there's the mountain. Ready? Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And out. Okay, we're all going to be cool with each other this week, right? Right? I live in hope.